In St. John Parish lost its fight to become a National Historic Landmark.
Yeah, it would have provided federal protection for the 11-mile stretch in St. John Parish known as Great River Road. It includes a landscape of centuries-old sugarcane plantations and Afro-Creole culture along the Mississippi River. Louisiana state officials who requested the end of it celebrated this move as a win for economic development. Community organizations say the decision undermines efforts to preserve the endangered cultural legacies of free African American communities that grew out of slavery.